Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lawrencia and this is Bantz with Lawrencia. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing great. Now for today's episode, I want to talk about the negative effects of Japa culture as regards to Nigerian marriages. This has been going on social media. There are loads of conversation going on around this. The latest news that we have is about a couple who traveled and they just messed themselves up. Now let me read the tweet. So somebody on X, formerly Twitter, shared a story and they said, just heard something that happened to a certain UK nurse and I don't even know what else to say to it than to tell the both of them congratulations for being unfortunate. The husband beats the wife after a heated argument. Wife went ahead and called the police and reported him. She also called Home Office to remove the hubby from her COS. Husband in turn went to report her to NMC UK that her IELTS result was fake. NMC commenced investigation and found her guilty. Withdrew her from their register. Husband and wife are now back in Nigeria and it's a win-win situation for the both of them. This is a lot and let me just unpack this whole thing. Now, for some of you who don't know COS, the wife is a nurse, so she got a job in Nigeria and in Nigeria they don't, in terms of UK standard, they don't consider us English speaking, so you have to take the IELTS. IELTS is just basically reading, writing, speaking and comprehension, I don't know, but it's reading, writing, speaking and something else. So you have to take the exam and once you get or you pass it, then you can now apply. Even I think you have to take that if you want to become a citizen of the UK if you're of Nigerian descent. So this couple, they have children or they have a child or something like that. They got married in Nigeria. The wife is a nurse. She applied for COS. Maybe she was failing IELTS. I don't know the situation regarding that one. But according to the story, she kind of faked the results. So the results she used in applying for her COS based on the IELTS situation was forged or was fake. So they applied, got to the UK and the wife started working, husband was working as a dependent and for whatever reason, I don't know the situation of the arguments that they had, he put his hands on the wife. Wife was like, maybe they've been doing that in Nigeria, I don't know, and she just got fed up like I don't even understand why a man, knowing the laws of the UK, ignorance is not an excuse. It is not an excuse. Like, okay, you can get away with certain things in Nigeria, but coming to the UK or coming abroad, you may not get away with, such things. Maybe that, because you cannot tell me that this man just got to the UK and that was when he started beating her. There has to be some form of domestic abuse going on in Nigeria before they get here, because that woman will not just wake up one day and say, okay, this is the first time you're laying your hands on me and I'm leaving this marriage. Anyway, he put his hands on her and she reported him to the police. Now the police took the man out of the house. Maybe they were living in the house she was paying and he was her dependent because she's a nurse. So they escorted him out of the house. Now she went further. At this point, they could have just separated. He will live on his own, she will live on her own, and they will find time to kind of co-parent and take care of the child. But the woman, being bitter, I think she just had it with the whole thing. She went ahead and reported him to the Home Office to remove him from her COS. Now, that is a different level of pettiness, if you'd ask me, because if he is a dependent and he's no longer on her visa, he would find it okay. Maybe she was thinking, okay, this guy, he could easily find somebody to get married to, start off his life and move on with. You are in a better place. You're a nurse. You could easily earn money. You could work nights. You could find an arrangement with this man, even if you're no longer seeing eye to eye. But she took it a bit further to report him to the Home Office and they removed him from her COS. Now, husband is stranded, according to the story, on his way back to Nigeria. The man decided to be extra petty. He reached out to the Home Office and said that the eyelets she used in registering was fake. Now, the NMC registrar body who gave her the results started the investigation and realized that yes, actually that was fake. Now the both of them are now in Nigeria. There's this other story where this lady, she's married in Nigeria with a child with her husband. The husband decided to travel, got a student visa. So she moved as a dependent to the UK with the husband and their baby. So they were living in a house. He was going to school. She was working nights to support the husband. So along the line, she got pregnant, and then they had to now move into a bigger place so that they can, be able to accommodate not just them but the two children that they're about to have. Now, when they moved to this place, it was difficult paying because bills in the UK, bills is not your mates. So they decided to, according to one of the friends, the lady called her and said they are looking for somebody to share, let's say, a room before the baby comes, so that the person can help them with bills, they can get some money from that person. And she said she would prefer a woman because, when she works at night, that person can easily, even if the person is not around, one or two nights when the person is around, they can look after their child. Now, this lady has a husband who is also, Nigerian men, like, they don't, taking care of children is not, Nigerian women see that, oh, he cannot, he's the father of the child. Let him take care of the child. Anyway, she decides to get a woman that would help with the baby when she's at work, working for her husband, working to pay the bills while the husband is going to school. Now, she was able to get this lady. The lady moved in. This lady continued. She was working nights, making sure, like, long hours, and she was pregnant, to be able to meet the bills and pay the husband's school fees while this man is going to school. I don't know if he was working, but students, they can only work 20 hours. So she was the primary source of income for that household. Now, as she was busy working nights, the husband was busy playing house with the new tenant. She said along the line, the new tenant got pregnant. Before you know, hey, who got you pregnant? She said it was her husband. They are still trying to settle the matter. Because now, she can't even do anything because she's a dependent. She would have to wait, like, regardless of what is going on with the whole situation, she will still be married. She will still have to bear everything, married to this man. Now there are two children that is going to be involved in this whole situation. What is she going to do? The reason why she brought this lady tenant in there was for her, if she's working night, for somebody to be there to take care of her child while she's working. Now, people are saying, okay, because she said she didn't want to trust a man. She has a daughter. She didn't want to trust a man to take care of her daughter. So that was why she was looking for a lady. But at the same time, she trusted her husband, thinking, okay, this man is busy going to school. He's studying. We're trying to work this out. He would not do anything stupid. But the man, on the other hand, was busy dipping it into the new tenant until she got pregnant. These are the issues. There are so many stories. And most of the stories is the fact that, you see a man, you see a couple, maybe in Nigeria, they had maids, they had cousins, sisters, family members that would be there to kind of help them with the kids. Traveling abroad is a different situation. Because you have to do everything yourself. You have to... Childcare is expensive. So even if you're saying, okay, I will get childcare, is expensive, especially for new immigrants when the both of them are not working, because one of them maybe is going to school unless you're on COS. Even when you're on COS, maybe that person does not have a job. Maybe the company is not even giving them money. So you have to rely on your dependents to most times foot the bill of the house. But dependent is also tied to you because they cannot just leave, because you may go to the home office and remove their name. It's a lose-lose situation in terms of when there is crisis and the whole lot of marriages are breaking up. You see the men, okay, the wife is coming home, she's the primary breadwinner. She's going to work, she's taking care of the kids, she's coming, cleaning, cooking, like doing everything that she was doing in, like she was doing those things in Nigeria, but you expect her to do the same. Maybe in Nigeria she had all these people helping and you didn't even know. Maybe neighbors were helping, maybe she was paying people, help me with this, go to the market. You have a lot of help that you can rely on, but here you have to do everything and the men are not stepping in to help. This is why most of the marriages are breaking, not because people just jackpot, just because they jackpot and marriages end. It will take a whole lot of learning and relearning for marriages to work, especially marriages that started in Nigeria to work in the UK, because the man still have that mentality of I am the man, all I need to do is to provide. Now you're in a situation whereby you and your wife, you're earning almost the same thing, but you still expect her to cook, clean, take care of the kids, carry the pregnancy, do everything. That breeds resentment, because I cannot sit there in a house where we're earning the same thing. We'll go to work, we'll come back at the same time, but then I'll have to go to the kitchen to cook. After cooking, I'll serve you. After serving you, I'll clean the house, do everything, put the kids to bed while you're sitting down watching what? What are you watching? And most times when these women complain, that is when you now start hearing, oh, I brought you to abroad. Since you came here, you have changed. You are no longer the African woman I married. This is common sense. This is common sense. Look at it this way. You are in a house, you're living with a friend who it is the same, like you and guys go out together, you work, but because you marry that person, because she is a wife, she has to, and these men want 50-50. These men want 50-50. It's ridiculous, because she's doing everything. The kids, she's 100% on the kids. The cooking, she's 100% on the cooking. The house chores, she's 100% on the house chores. And then when the one that you're so, okay, I am the provider, you now want her to do 50-50 on that. It's not going to work. So the earlier Nigerian and African men realize that it's no longer business as usual. If you are in Nigeria and you are beating your wife and you are trying to get visa to come to the UK, as you're reaching that airport, as you're crossing Heathrow, you have to be as meek as a lamb, because she is waiting for you. She is just sitting down waiting for you to just do, that is what she's waiting for. And she will strike. She's going to strike, because like, I don't understand it. I'm not saying beat people in Nigeria, but Oga, these two people, regardless of, they must have spent money. Today they are back home just because husband could not control his. Why would you beat him? Honestly, I don't know. This generation is we all grew up in trauma. Unlearning a whole lot of things will help the next generation, because if we still continue the same thing, the children are watching. They will grow up and do the same thing. Break the cycle of abuse. Break it. Anyway, that's all I have to say for today. Today's episode is once again sponsored by DDVC's Wigs. Our details are on the screen. We sell wholesale, retail, and if you want to partner with us, let us know. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. Please like, and share. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.